So it's finally happened. I've had my hair cut. I tried to make it longer. I tried my hardest and hated it. Hated every second of it. I'm not joking. So that's it. I'm back to shaving it. And Mum, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Sorry. I just can't help it. I love you, but I can't help it. Don't make me. I tried. Anyway, so let's move on. So we're going to do the coming out. We're going to do the coming out. We are. So where do I start? I start from being young, I think. I'm just going to turn my window down because it's really hot. From being young, I think, in looking back now, I realise that certain things I did when I was younger was because I was a lesbian. I just didn't realise it. And it is really strange when you look back at your life as to what happened. So, right, I was really old when I came out. I say old in the fact that I was 26. Now, I always looked this kind of way. In other words, short hair, flat shoes and all that lot. And I was a tomboy. For my 6th birthday, I got a full Arsenal strip. That's what I had. And I went to Brownies for about a week and a half, a bit longer. But I hated it. I wanted to go out and play football with the boys. And, you know, so looking back on my life now, I should have realised a lot earlier. But I am in my 50s. Let's just leave it there, shall we? And so when I came out, I came out when I was 26, which is a long time ago, over 25 years and not quite 30 years, so we'll leave it there, all right? And that's a long time ago now, and things weren't like they are today. They just weren't. They just weren't. I mean, there were obviously gay people, but not really where I lived. And, you know, I lived back in London then, but there wasn't many. There wasn't. And, you know, there are various things that went on in my life which I really look back on now and think I should have known, but I didn't. I just didn't know. So my lead up to coming out, really, I was trying to find the right thing. I'm trying to make it sound better than it is, but I can't. I don't think I can. So what I'm trying to say is I tried some different men to try and find the right one, because whatever it was that everybody else was having or doing I didn't get it. And by that I mean, you know, everyone thought sex was amazing, and I didn't really think it was amazing. I thought it was something, it was, you know, it weren't fabulous, it was just, yeah. So I searched for this amazing thing that everybody was doing. All my friends were doing it. They're having this amazing thing, and I just didn't find it. And I thought, I've just not found the right man. So obviously you need to search. So I searched. Black ones, white ones, all different ones. Just couldn't find it. Couldn't find the right thing. Anyway, so I met a friend of mine who was gay, several actually, and had lots of talks with lots of them, and they all kind of said to me, Shaman, you do know you're gay? At which point I was mortified, because I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just a bit confused and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it was a long time. It was a long process, and it's all I thought about for a really long time. I'm saying long process. It felt like it was years, but it wasn't. It was probably about 6 months or so, and I couldn't think of anything else other than I needed to go and do this. I needed to go and do this and see what it was all about, this, you know, woman thing, and just see if I just need to get out my head. But the thing is, I thought I was thinking about women, how every woman thinks. I'll explain that more as well. By that I mean, if you're a man and you look at another man's bum and you go, nice bum, men don't do that. Women do. Women will look at other women and go, oh, look at her legs, they're really nice. Look, she's got great boobs. Women do that. Men don't. So I was kind of thinking I was doing that. Little did I realise that it didn't stop there. I wanted it to be more. But I'm just trying to explain it to you. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. If I'm offending you, you should switch off now. You shouldn't listen to anymore. But that's kind of what I thought I was doing. I was thinking, I'm just doing what other women do. Just admiring other women. Anyway, so it finally got to the point where I decided I just need to give it a go. I need to give it a go and just, let's see. Let's just see, shall we? So, I'm not going to explain what happened. I'm not going to go through what happened, because that would be really wrong, wouldn't it? If I told you the whole setup and what happened and everything. Anyway, let's just get to it. And this is honestly the truth. And I feel like I'm in a bit of a movie right now, and I'm trying not to be. But the deed happened, and I swear, like in a movie, it was like somebody was playing music and it was going, hallelujah. No, I've gone a bit extreme again there, isn't it? Did you hear my singing voice? Wasn't it beautiful? I know, I really mean it. It was like, honestly, I just had found what everybody was talking about. Oh, and why did it have taken me so long? I'm 26 years old. I'd had the opposite sex that I'd been trying with for all this time, and it just wasn't okay. It wasn't going as well as I think it should have done. Yeah, so finally happened. It did, it finally happened. And I got to tell you, all of my friends were amazing at the time. My friend Bev, and I'm going to mention Bev only because she was very funny about it, and to be fair, she was the one that was around at the time and saw me really struggling. I went away for a week and just shut myself off for a week before everything happened to see if I could get it out my head, because it was wrong. Being gay wasn't right. It was wrong. It was something that I shouldn't be thinking about. So I had gone away for a week, because she was really worried. And like, anyway, when I got back and I told her, and it took me something like 8 pints of Stella to tell her. She'll tell you to this day. And she did. She was really good about it, because she just made light of it. Because I stayed at her house that night and she went, "Do you fancy me?" And I went, "No, I'm so sorry. I really don't fancy you." But she was making a joke about it, which was good, because, yeah, no, it wasn't all right. In my head, it still wasn't okay. And then you have to tell everybody, didn't you? And telling my mum was the hardest thing in the world, because I just thought, you know, I'm not going to give her any grandchildren. Luckily, I have a sister which did that, which is really, really good. But in your head, there's the weirdest things that you think about. And I'm sure other gay people will say this, but there's the weirdest things that you say. I'm not going to give my parents any grandchildren. And my dad, I'm an only child from my dad, and I never gave him any grandparents. Which is bad, isn't it, really? But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I was messed up, fucked up, wasn't I? Let's be fair. I've messed up along the way. I've not been great. And do you know what? It's lucky. I think somebody made me this way, so I didn't ruin someone's life, because if I had have been straight and carried on down that road and had a baby, I wouldn't have done it well. Not in my early years. I wasn't okay. It took me, no, it's only now, I'm in my 50s, that I think I'm all right and I could be a parent, and now I'm too old. So, yeah, because along the way, I've not been all right. I remember I've had so many addictions and things that would have really screwed up a kid. So it's good. It's good that I turned out this way. I turned out this way. That I am this way. I didn't turn out this way. I am this way. I'm born a lesbian. I am a lesbian, and I'm going to die a lesbian. And, you know, I've married my wife, who I love dearly. You know, and I think what I've learned over the years, firstly, is that I am lucky that I was born in this generation that people are allowed to get married. People are permitted to get married that are gay. Because firstly, when I was younger, so all the gay people now that can relish in the things that gay people have done for us across the hundreds of years that this has been going on, the fact that people died to get us where we are today. By that I mean, you know, back in the 80s, it was still illegal for gay men to have sex. It was imprisonable. Imprisonable? Is that the right word? Yeah, gay men to have sex, they would go to prison for doing that. You know, lived through the decade of AIDS, which was horrific, and it was blamed on gay men. But so many gay men died of AIDS. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't gay men that created AIDS or spread AIDS. It was lots of everybody, heterosexuals, gay men, but it was profound in them. And, yeah, they were just outcasts, weren't they? But it was illegal for them to have sex back then. It was illegal, you know, women weren't allowed to live together or get married. It was just deemed as wrong. And hundreds of years of people that have marched and done stuff all across the years to make us be okay to live together and get married, which is really important, because I share my life with the person I love. It's right that I should marry the person that I love, the person that I have chosen to be with. It's wrong for anybody to tell anybody that they can't do that. There are so many people out in this world right now still fighting. I mean, did you see the boxer on, I don't know where she's from. Please don't shout at me. Could be Cambodia, I'm not sure. But boxer on telly, she's just been in the Olympics and she can't go. She's been outcast from her country because she's gay. She can't go back home. I mean, how bad is that? That this still exists around the world. Anyway, so I'm really lucky that all the people that lived before me have made it okay for me to be gay and get married and stuff. But yeah, let's go back a minute. I've made it all a bit like heavy, and but so I'm going back. So as I say, the first time I slept with a woman, I realised that I'd been doing it wrong all these years, and that really I am a lesbian. But can you imagine? Look at this. Why didn't I realise? Why didn't I realise? People did tell me. I was horrified. I was like, no, that's not true. That's not true. It can't be right. Can't be right. I'm not like that. Why am I like that? I'm not like that. Julie, why am I like that? There's something wrong with it. It's all perfectly acceptable. I'm allowed to be like that. But it took years. And you wouldn't have thought. You'd have thought that it was all okay. There's lots of stuff that goes on in your head. And it is like the biggest thing that's going on in the world ever. You think everyone knows. But no one knows. It's all okay. No one knew. No one knew. It was only me. I was the only person that knew, to be fair. Everybody else in the world just carried on with their own life, didn't they? But yeah, so it was the greatest thing that I ever did, because it made me who I am, you know, and I'm okay with saying it now out loud. And, you know, it's this much of my life. It is this much. Don't even influence anything, to be fair. It doesn't influence anything in the world. Just is what it is. So, if you're watching this and you are thinking about coming out, it's a lot easier for you these days. Right, I need to rephrase that. I didn't mean to be so bloody patronising. I meant by that, it's much more accepted in the world. It's not easier. It's not easy to come out, because in your head, hopefully this has changed in society now, but it's much more accepted in the world, is what I should have said. It's not easier to make you to realise that you may be different to the norm. And let's be fair, I've realised that in all of my years, I'm really not different to the norm, am I? I am completely different in every way possible that there ever could be. But I love women. Not swimming. Women. I do. And, you know, that's acceptable. And it's okay. And there's many a story I could tell you about it. Actually, if Bev's watching this, don't tell him any story about anything, because there are stories that people really shouldn't know. And they need to be left alone. Alright, there are many a story. And Karen, if you're watching as well, to be fair, you've got some. Anyway, they're best all to be left alone, and we'll leave them there. Alright, there's no need. But it's very exciting, isn't it? It's exciting, and I'm pleased that I'm where I am now. And I'm pleased that I came out 26. And I had a blinding time when I first came out, to be fair. I was clubbing. I was living back in London then, and so I was clubbing at the in Brixton at the Fridge. Do you remember the Fridge in Brixton? Right, it can't still be there now. It was wicked. Franny, if you're around watching it, seriously, we had a ball, didn't we? We did have a ball. I had 10 years of going mental, to be fair. Probably not that long. 5 years. It seems like 10 years. It went on for a long time. But it was fun. But, yeah, if you're thinking about it, go do it. Give it a try. The truth is, all you straight people out there, you can't tell me it's wrong, because if you've never tried it, how do you know? Okay, I'll leave that with you.